Hello, coaches. I hope you all are enjoying the lesson so far. In this particular lesson, we are going to go over how to help struggling clients towards their goals because you need to understand that this can be a very difficult task. But once you master how to get a client back on the right track, you will be well on your way to becoming a wonderful relationship coach. Because a lot of the times, we will have clients who just may start to struggle towards their goals, but it's important that we try our best to just help guide them back. Your first step should be to remind them of their original intentions when they enrolled in your coaching program. If your client isn't following through on their coaching program, you just again need to remind them of their original intentions. Because when it comes down to it, it's very easy to forget the desire for change as well as the level of commitment that they brought to the program in the first place. So it's just a gentle way to help clients reconnect with their commitment if you just bring them back to where they started. You can also ask the client for permission to be radically honest with them. When you ask the client for permission to be radically honest with them, it's also the nudge they need to take action and reach them since they know that they're not doing the work. They are bound to be trapped by shame or blame, which is a power leak, as they know they're not doing the work. And as soon as the client catapults into action, when the issues surrounding their struggles are brought to light and the context is then shifted into a positive way. Try to motivate them to achieve more. Let them dream big and encourage them to do so. It is impossible to make clients do the work for you, but you can inspire them to go beyond their current expectations. Ask them whom they aspire to be rather than what they can do. Try giving them the opportunity to see a life beyond their wildest dreams. A coach helps clients move from inaction to action and take small steps toward the life that they envision by understanding their wonderful, exciting, and aspirational dreams. Try encouraging them to explore what's holding them back and create a safe environment for them to explore what's keeping them from reaching their full potential. Often there's a sense of shame or even embarrassment that can be associated with clients not doing the work necessary to create the change that they said that they wanted. So, in order to take action, the coach should create a safe space for the client to explore what is preventing them from doing so. It can also be helpful to just share an example from another client who may have faced a similar challenge. Examine the sacrifices that they will have to make before focusing on new goals. Without doing the work, someone is stuck and they need help examining what will happen if the goals are achieved. So consider what they would be leaving behind or what they would be letting go of instead of where they want to go. And as soon as they have that figured out, they are either going to want to change their goal or be ready to do the work that is required. Try having a conversation about trust. The fact is, this is unquestionably a conversation about trust, and this is a cornerstone of any coaching relationship that you are going to have with any client. And there might also be other areas in one of your clients' lives where trust is possibly being questioned. So I would focus on those areas. And the lack of accountability demonstrated in our work reinforces the example. So you just might want to ask yourself, can I trust my client to do the work necessary to achieve their goals? Communication of structure and expectations before signing any kind of coaching agreement. The coach must clearly communicate the structure and the expectations. For any type of coaching to be successful, you need to know how much time, energy, and work will they have to invest. As a result, it can be requested in a friendly manner on an ongoing basis. Ask what will motivate them to move forward. As a first step, I always ask my clients how they would like me to approach situations like this and what would motivate them to move forward when they are facing stagnation. It's going to allow me to support them exactly in how they need to be supported without inferring my perception from the way that I support them. You can also acknowledge that you can't help until they do the work. In your role as a coach, you should always emphasize that coaching is a two-way street. And if clients don't do the work that is required, you just politely acknowledge that you cannot help them until they do the work. The importance of being open and honest has always been something that I have always believed. If you choose the long term way of not being honest, remember long term harm can result from being gentle and not getting to the point. Try addressing the issue at the start. Prior to the first coaching session, it's just very important to address any issues at the start of a coaching relationship. The ground rules for communication will be established in. Make sure you get your coaching agreement form from your client that will address any issues that may arise directly and openly when they come to surface. You will also be able to point out something that isn't working, and they will also have the right to point it out as well. And last but not least, celebrate the strides that they have may had. In order to identify significant strides, it's just necessary to identify how the client makes significant strides when they accomplish half of what they are capable of. Now, suppose you may have a client who sets a goal to go out and exercise for 5 days a week, maybe for 30 minutes, but only exercise for 2 or 3 days a week. When you went to the gym, how did they make it there? Are they sure they worked out? Just celebrate the fact that they achieved half of their goal 50% of the time. And then give them smaller bites of work to do. I know I said that was the last. I have one more. Give them smaller bites of work to do. Break it down into smaller tasks. When we think people are ready to ingest our ideas and our strategies, we can get so excited about working with them. Even when you have some of the most toughest and capable clients, start with just small steps, allowing them to enjoy the process, and don't push them too hard, especially when they are just starting out, so that they can reach their goal. Everyone, it's just very important to utilize each and every step that I just broke down to you in case you may have a client who may be struggling to meet their goals. Thank you all for tuning in, and I will see you in the next lesson. Bye bye.